Please welcome Ed Sheeran! You can move it around.
I didn't know they were actually newspapers.
Yes, yeah. Move it around. Take
Did you get them from like a hoarder's house or something like that?
We waited outside the tube, and you know all the papers aren't handed out. We just nicked them, turned them into a little. But I like it.
Like seriously, you just take the ones that no one
I
wants?
have no idea how to.
I stayed at a dude's house that his dad was a hoarder, and the whole house was just newspapers. So
Who haven't you stayed with? Because
yeah.
Okay.
Where's the invitation?
Okay. Do you want to have a sleepover around mine? How are you with dogs? You all right with dogs?
Yeah, it depends how big.
It's a little dog.
Little dogs.
Jack
fine.
Russell.
Yeah.
Very fond of humping a pillow, but he likes you to watch. Do you know what I mean? It's very much a performance.
Cool, I'm in.
Have you got animals?
I've got 2 cats. Yeah.
I heard that you had an otter that killed things.
Yeah, I have. Well,
have you seen this headline? It's the craziest headline.
It's not necessary. There you go.
Look at that.
It's not my otter. Basically, my garden has a lot of wildlife in it.
Yes.
And I'm all up for wildlife being in my garden. So I bought a load of fish. The otter ate all the fish. And so I bought some more fish.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm kind of... I think there's 2 otters now, and there's barn owls, there's hedgehogs. It's like, yeah, but the otter, I can just imagine the otter sitting in a pond with, like, a top hat and a cigar. Because it's been eating, like, expensive koi fish. I've had to, like, start buying, like, cheap fish now.
How cool. So you've got, like, the poshest otter ever. He's just sat there eating sushi from Ed Sheeran's pond. And have you given him a name?
I reckon Philip.
Philip and Liz?
Philip the otter. Philip, yeah. There you go. How's it been? Is everyone enjoying today?
Yeah. I love that. That's so British. That makes it sound like you came on. Has this been all right? We've had fun. It's been all right. What I love about you, like, I've only met you. We did Jonathan Ross. Well, we were on the show. We didn't. That would have made the news. But we were. That's an image, isn't it? But I asked you to come on the show, and you just went, yeah, all right. And it's so amazing. You're like one of the biggest musicians in the world, and the fact that you went, yeah, all right.
I mean, I'm not perfect, but I have a real pet peeve when people are like, hey, I'll see you next week, and then you just never do. And, like, I've definitely been someone that's done that, but, like, when you were like, do you want to come on the show? And I was like, yeah. In my mind, I was like, well, I said yes, so I will do it. So, like, yeah. So
did you instantly regret saying yes? No. Like, yeah.
Because like, I didn't know it, but, like, it's simple. Like, I live down the road, I'm going to be here for this interview, and then I go back. So it's like, it's not like I'm here for, like, a big hoo-ha and...
So what's happening while you're away? Is your girlfriend cooking any food?
Chicken soup.
Chicken soup?
Don't know about that.
We'll get you a Deliveroo.
Yeah.
Is it weird when you get a Deliveroo and you open the door and people go, oh, my God, it's Ed Sheeran?
No, that actually, like, I thought that would happen more. It doesn't. They're just kind of like, all right, like, I don't know if they don't know or don't care, but it's one of the two.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe they're scared of the otter. They're just like...
Yeah, I haven't got a Deliveroo in a while. I've lost my bank card, and now I
Jesus, who... Some lucky bastard had an evening there, didn't he? Just imagine that. Ed Sheeran. Ah!
They probably, you know what, they probably did. I didn't cancel it for about 2 months. They probably did.
Feel that, the jealousy in the room. And your arm, you can't really see, but your arm, last time I saw you, it looked...
Yeah, I got this little plastic thing now.
Yes.
That you can screw on and screw off.
Oh, nice.
And I've been having to do my hand exercises, which is horrible.
But how does it work? Because presumably, are you itching to write songs? I guess what I'm asking...
I've actually been writing songs. Actually in the studio today writing songs. But, like, thank you. Well, I thought if I'm going to be, like, not able to tour for a month, I might as well make the most of it. So, so I have been writing songs, but I haven't been touching instruments. So it's been more like, can you play that chord, please? And, yeah.
Do you ever hum your own songs?
The unreleased ones. I always, like... I like the songs that people haven't heard, and I always say, like, whenever I release my songs, they're no longer my songs, because they're, like, you know, a song like Perfect that you just played is, like, some people's first dance, or some people's first kiss, or, like, it's like, oh, there you go. And you know, I feel like as soon as they're released, they belong to other people, but before they're released, they belong to me, and they're, like, my songs, and I like them, but, not that I don't like the ones that are released, just that, when they come out, I lose that sort of connection with them. You know, that sort of, like, I would feel weird if I hummed Shape of You in the shower, but there might be, like, a new song that I've just written that I hum, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Because that's what I was thinking, because I love that. I'm in love with your body, ooh, but I was thinking it would be the creepiest thing if you ever sang that to your girlfriend, wouldn't it? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's such a great song, and we can have sex whilst it's on in the background. But if you were going, ooh, it would just be like, whoa.
It's usually we both get drunk and sing Ronan Keating.
Oh, do you? It is that thing.
That's usually what I would sing to her.
Oh, really? So that's how
I'm seeing him tomorrow, actually.
Oh, really?
I played his wedding, actually.
Did you?
Yeah, I played his wedding. It was good. That was another one. I met him in a bar in New York, and he was like, "You want to play my wedding?" And I was like, "All right." And then just like a year later, he was like, "Well, my wedding's this weekend," and I ended up doing it. It was another one that I, said yes to. And...
Who would you have playing at your wedding?
I don't know. There's an American singer-songwriter that toured with me called Ben Queller that has a song that's quite special to me, but no one's heard of him, so over here anyway.
Yeah, I know Ben Queller.
Yeah. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
But I meant, like, that sounds really mean of me to say that.
No.
Like, I mean, like, he's not, like, on top 40 radio.
Yes, but it's your wedding. You do what you want.
Yeah.
Have you ever been heckled? What's the worst heckle you've ever had? Shall I go first?
I don't think it's common in music to get
I once had a dildo thrown at me at a gig in Romford.
And you must have had a good reply to that.
It hit me in the face. I tried to dodge it like Neo from The Matrix. And my comeback was, how little faith did you have in this evening that you brought a sex toy? She was just there kind of going, yeah, in case you shit about this. But does it not really exist? Does it not really happen in music then?
No, I don't know. Do you know what? Like, earlier on in my career, when I had, like, one-hit single, there was the odd gig where people would just shout out, "Play that song!" And you'd be like, I'll get to it. I'll play it last so you'll stay.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, that doesn't really happen anymore, thank you.
The other thing I like about you, and I mean this as a compliment, you're very normal. I think it's a really... No, but do you know what I mean? It's very... I don't mean that in a rude way, but I was thinking about you today. That sounds... I was in the bath thinking about you, but I was thinking, like, so you're taking a break, but what do you do for, when you have downtime? What do you do? Because you look like the kind of guy, don't mind me saying this, you look like your house is a fucking mess. Like, but I mean that in a good way. Like, I don't imagine it's neat. I imagine there's stuff everywhere.
It was before I had a female influence in my life.
Yeah.
It was.
I imagine you led on the sofa with a TV remote just out of reach and you pretending you're a Jedi. Just...
Do you know what? I'm not a big TV watcher. I find myself, honestly, in my spare time, and this sounds really boring, but music is my hobby.
Yes.
So in my spare time, will go into the studio, or I'll, like, go and play a show somewhere. I'll just, like, turn up somewhere or do... I really enjoy doing, but actually, like, other than that, I don't know. I used to make Lego, which was pretty... Someone told me that was quite weird to do.
That's fine.
And do you know what? I love a good pub. I love a good pub. I love a good, like, fire, bangers and mash, ale.
There's a drinking game that I want to tell you about. Have you ever heard about it? I mentioned this earlier in the show. Are you familiar with Bumblebee? This is a drinking game that my mate Steve invented, that basically you eat a tin of sweet corn, you drink a pint of Guinness, and the competition is to see who can poo out the longest bumblebee.
So I've just toured with this guy that I won't mention his name, but you can Google who's just been on tour with me. You can probably guess. And he said he tried one day. He had corn for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then the next day breakfast, lunch, dinner to see if he could have an all-corn shit. And he said he did. Did he? Yeah, I think, it's definitely do try this at home exercise.
And it's that funny thing, because everyone thinks that touring is just sex, drugs, rock and roll. It's just the idea that this bloke's testing himself.
You think it's rock and roll, but ironically, the most rock and roll people that I've met are the least rock and roll people that you think. Like
Who is the most rock and roll person you've met?
Do you know what? A lot of the late 90s, 2000 boy band people that I met, you know...
Talking Five?
I haven't met... Oh, I've met some of Five. No, but I...
Who's the wild ones?
I don't want to tell tales out of school, but, like,
okay.
I'm just saying all the people that you don't think are getting up to shit.
Really?
Yeah.
But see, now we're going to sort of try and guess who they are.
I feel like I'm putting my foot in shit.
No, it's fine. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Like,
The problem is what I found recently about coming on to do interviews.
Yes.
It's like the next day there's like 4 different Daily Mail headlines.
Right.
Like, yeah, I always like...
Does that piss you off?
I'm sure it pisses off the people that I put under the bus, yeah.
You seem like such a, like, upbeat guy. What annoys you? What are your peeves?
Entitled people.
Yes.
I hate... and especially, like, I find it a lot in my business. Wealthy people who think they're entitled. And
right.
So we make it a very clear thing. Like, most people do paid for meet and greets, and you can sell the front seat and front seats, and there's like a VIP package, and like we've always been very vocal about not doing that because I think
correct.
Well, yeah, I just think
absolutely.
I just think it's a bit weird to like offer someone whose dad's richer the chance to do something that you So like that's what pisses me off, and when people come and be like, I'll buy the front row, I'll give you this amount of money. And you're like, you know, no. Like, and that's what pisses people that think they can just buy.
Yeah. Are you interested in politics? Is that something that...
Yeah, I'm very... Personally, yeah. I am. Professionally, I stay out of it. I think, you know, I think my job is to I think it's to encourage people to be aware and to take an interest in it, but not tell them how to think. I think that's like, you know, I'm not going to be like you.
Very eloquently put.
Yeah. So like, I feel like music is people's escape from that. You know, yeah. Like people like there's political music you can listen to, but like I've never made a political song in my life, and I don't think people look to me for that.
But I guess that's the thing, isn't it? That it was a big summer. It was a huge summer this year with the election and things like Grenfell happening, and then a moment like Glastonbury. That is a moment of pure escapism for everyone, because, you know, people can watch you smash a massive gig and it's just a whole night of whee. So there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
How scary was that, headlining Glastonbury?
Pretty...
How many shits did you have before the gig? Come on, absolutely bricking it, or...
Probably 1 or 2, yeah. Probably 1, like, solid and 1 not so solid.
But do you have that? Do you have any sort of pre-gig rituals?
No, I used to... I gave up smoking in May for the first time. Like, I actually have never given up smoking, so, like...
Wow!
But I smoked for 13 years.
You must have been dying for a fag before that.
No,
though.
but that's the thing, man. Do you know what it was? I don't know if anyone's given up smoking here before, but the thing that did it for me was I went out... It was my girlfriend's birthday, and I stayed up quite late with one of her friends, and we just chain smoked. I must have had about 60 cigarettes. I was just rolling, smoking. And I woke up the next day, and I was like, right, I've reached my limit.
Oh, really?
I can't take any more. And then just, yeah, I didn't do it again.
I was a bit like that with mini cheddars. Like, I used to love...
You just ruined them.
I used to love mini cheddars as a young man, and then when I was 8, I just turned to Mum and said, it has to stop now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I feel like that with ice cream.
Do you?
I did an ice cream eating contest in America.
Whereabouts?
It's in Rhode Island, and you know, I'm quite a competitive person. I went in this ice cream place, and there was this challenge, and there was 2 quite obese people on the wall that had done it, and I was like, oh, I can fucking do that. And it was, I can't remember how much it was, but it was a huge bowl, and I finished it.
Did you?
Yeah, it took me half an hour to finish it, and it kind of like you could feel it come up to here, and I was shivering by the end of it. But I was with.
So you on that wall?
Well, listen. So yeah, I am on the wall, and I've got the T-shirt. Yep. And but I was with. It was near Taylor Swift's house, and I was with Taylor. And whenever Taylor goes anywhere, so do 40 teenage girls. So I'm kind of like eating this with like 40 teenage girls being like, you can do it, you can do it. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then I finished, and I took the picture and everything, and then I was like, oh, it's not staying down. And I ran in the toilet and grabbed my mouth and it just projectiled out of my... my nose all over the toilet floor. Now, what does melted chocolate ice cream on a toilet floor look like? Particularly, and you've got 40 teenage girls outside with their phone cameras, and I'm like, what do I do? They're just gonna think that I, like, couldn't control, like, I had a bad curry or something, and, like, yeah, I just spend another hour just, like, mopping it up.
Yeah, that's a perfect way of ending the interview. Do you know what? Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
It was an absolute pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Ed Sheeran. Thanks, mate. So brilliant.